Today it's the battle of the cruise lines, Royal Caribbean versus Disney. Who will win in the Laws family? Stay tuned. We went on 4 cruises in the past year, and 2 of them Royal, 2 of them Disney, 1 old and 1 new for each of the cruise lines. I will link below. I did pros and cons video of all of these ships, but we did the Disney Magic, the very first Disney cruise ship, and the Disney Wish, the latest cruise ship. Well, the Treasure's the newer one, but we go on that this summer. And last August, we did Independence of the Seas, an older Royal Caribbean cruise. And New Year's Eve, we did Odyssey of the Seas, a newer Royal Caribbean cruise. So we got the old and the new, and we're gonna go over it all. If you love to gamble, you love casinos, you need a drink package, Royal Caribbean is definitely going to be for you. If you have young kids, if you're a Disney family like we are, I think the Disney Cruise Line is definitely for you. I have 7 comparisons, and then I have a few miscellaneous items I'm going to go over. So number 1, the fleet size and variety. Royal Caribbean has 28 ships. Disney has 6 ships with 2 more coming out this year. So Royal definitely has so many ships, so much variety in the types of ships, and more importantly, a lot of variety and options for where they're sailing out of. So if you have a specific area that you want to cruise to, Royal Caribbean's going to have more options for you for that. Number 2, the cost. This is a little trickier. Disney is known to be so expensive, but if you look at what you get, I'm not sure that it is. Royal Caribbean really hits you in the pocketbook or the wallet as much as possible, and with Disney there is a lot included. This is July, and next week I just looked at what was available, and the Disney Wish, a 3-night, and then the Utopia for Royal Caribbean, they're both 3 nights out of Port Canaveral. They are brand new ships. The Disney Wish for 2 adults, 1 child, which is us, we have a 7-year-old daughter, that would be $3,357 for the 3 nights. Utopia of the Seas is $5,898. So next week it's actually double. Is that fair? I don't know. But I did look at the cheapest Utopia, and that's going to be in October, and it's only $1,828. So a lot cheaper than the Wish. If you try to pick the cheapest one and you want to do like a weekend cruise. The older ships are so much cheaper, and you can get such a great deal for Royal Caribbean. I think we paid $1,700 for a guaranteed stateroom balcony for the 3 of us on Independence of the Seas. We hated it. I will never do an older ship on Royal Caribbean again. The food was not good. The bed was hard as a rock, and my daughter did not want to go to the kids club. So that's a big no from us. Whereas the older ships at Disney, they keep them up. They are worth what they are charging, and we really loved it. With the Magic, my only complaint is like the pool deck wasn't great. The pool is very deep, and you can't see your kid in the pool, and it's 4 feet all the way across, and it's just 1 pool. It's the oldest and the smallest ship in their fleet. We'll go over the comparison of the different cabins. I think you almost need to compare a junior suite to a Disney veranda, because you have upgraded beds, upgraded linens, you have, I think, a tub in most junior suites on Royal Caribbean. I think that is a better comparison. Even Odyssey of the Seas, the bed was okay, it wasn't great. And the Disney cruise bed, I'll go over that in the cabins. There's one more comparison I made. So we are going on the Disney Dream next summer, summer 2026, on a Norwegian fjord, and it cost us just over $10,000 for the 3 of us for a 7-night cruise. So I looked at Royal Caribbean to see what was available, and it's on the Liberty of the Seas, which I think is the sister ship to Independence of the Seas. So that is a no for me. No way would I go on an older Royal Caribbean ship like that. The 7-night is $7,300, so it's $3,000 less. However, if you were to get a junior suite, it's $11,270. I think it's comparable. I would have to do a junior suite if we did Royal Caribbean, so they are about the same price. I didn't care for the main dining. We just did main dining once on Odyssey of the Seas, and we did the rest either the buffet, but mostly specialty dining. So every night it cost us, I don't know how much it was, over $100 for dinner. And that's something you have to add on when you're comparing the price if you decide that you're not happy with the main dining room. Number 3, family friendly. They are both very family friendly. Royal Caribbean has a wonderful pool deck, splash pads, different options for kids. So many activities: skydiving, rock wall climbing, bumper cars, zip lining, like all these things. So I would say though, a lot of them are more for older kids. Younger kids are not going to be doing rock climbing and zip lining and skydiving and what's the thing, the surfing simulator, surfing thing, flow rider on the back. So I think if you have adventurous older kids, then definitely Royal Caribbean is going to be very family friendly. On Independence of the Seas, they had no child lock on the slider in your room, which was very disturbing to me. There was no way on the kids club for the kid to get in touch with you if they wanted to leave or they were not happy. Like say I don't know, a kid was bullying them or they got hurt. I'm sure they could find us, but if it was bad. But there was no way for them to contact you, where at Disney, you get an alert in the Disney app saying Landon would like to be picked up now, which she only did that when we took her on her first Disney cruise. She was 4. I think that was the only time she does it. Most of the time it's like, I don't want to leave on the Disney Kids Club. The railings around the upper deck on Independence of the Seas had no plexiglass. It was open and it was pretty wide, and it's basically just a ladder for kids. So for me, I would never take a small child on an older ship because of those safety issues. They have fixed all of those safety issues on the newer ships. I don't know when they started changing it, but Odyssey of the Seas had all of those safety issues fixed. The kids club was okay on Odyssey of the Seas. It was very nice. Did she want to go? One night I think she wanted to go. Other nights it was like a negotiation, so we could go see like the Broadway shows or the Showgirl show. It was like, okay, if you go, then we'll go and get ice cream after or something like that. So she wasn't as thrilled to go to the kids club in Royal Caribbean, and she really did not like the one on Independence of the Seas at all. It was very small and I don't know, it looked boring. The shows on Royal Caribbean are definitely skewed older. On Independence of the Seas, it was Grease, and I think you have to be like 11 or 13 was the recommended age. And then it was like Showgirls. I don't think she would be interested. Even the ice skating show was so cool in Independence of the Seas, but it was like older music, like 70s music, and she didn't know any of the music, and she thought it was cool at first, and that my daughter was bored. There's smoking on the pool deck, and it can waft over and smell, and I'm very sensitive to smells. On Independence of the Seas, the casino was kind of opened up into the promenade, and you could smell the smoke from the casino. It was more sectioned off on Odyssey, so it didn't bother me with the casino. But you do smell it on the pool deck, especially if the wind is coming in that direction. And the other thing that happened is on Coco Cay on New Year's Day, my daughter swam up to this guy. She thought it was the father of the family we were hanging out with that day. We made friends with them. And he cussed out my daughter, and security had to come, and he was very rude to her and said I don't know what he said she did. It doesn't matter. You don't cuss out a 6-year-old girl. So that's not family friendly. And then the other thing that happened, I don't think I mentioned in my vlogs, it was on the last day. We were in a very crowded elevator, and the captain came on, was doing an announcement about the weather and the waves, and you couldn't hear it. It's hard to hear. And my daughter was talking, and the guy cussed at her, a different guy, was like, what the, can she shut the F up? I'm trying to listen. And I was just like, I'm not going to say anything because obviously these people are crazy and unhinged. Like, why would you even say that? So those things, I don't think would happen. It could happen on a Disney cruise, but most of the time you have families on Disney cruises and things like that don't happen. Big draw for us. The reason we love Disney so much, we all love their Broadway shows, all three of us. My daughter is absolutely, like, one of her favorite things to do is go and see these shows, and we love them too. So like Beauty and the Beast was amazing. I think that was on the Dream. The Little Mermaid was good. Rapunzel was good on the, I think, that was on the Magic. Aladdin was really funny. Just great shows, and they have like variety shows as well with all the characters that come out. I think our favorites are the princess ones, and I'm so excited because we're going on the Treasure, and Moana is supposed to be amazing. So we love those, and that is a big draw for us that we can go as a family and enjoy those shows most every night on the Disney cruises. You have on the pool deck, you have Funnel Vision where they show Disney movies. So much fun to be able to swim and listen to Disney movies. When we were just on the Wish for spring break, Snow White had just come out, which surprisingly I liked that movie. I didn't think I was gonna like it, and I thought it was pretty good. We didn't watch it just because it was a 3-night cruise and we had so much to do. There's just so much to do on a Disney cruise that we don't want to waste it on like a movie theater. But first run movies, when they come out in theaters, they are available on Disney cruise ships in these beautiful theaters that they created. So that's a really cool perk. In the rooms, Disney movies are available on the TV, where on Royal Caribbean, in the rooms you have to buy the movies or rent them, I guess. So it costs extra money for things like that. The deck parties are amazing. They have like pirate deck parties, and they do one for younger kids like at 7 o'clock or something. And then they have the later one. We did a Marvel Day at Sea. They had an incredible Marvel deck show and party. They do fireworks. The kids just love them. They have dance parties. There's characters throughout the ship. They'll randomly pop up, or you can go get in line for a meet and greet and autograph. Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique is on the ship, which my daughter absolutely loves. When you walk on a Disney cruise ship, I mean, there's just nothing like it. They make it so special. It's just the most exciting thing. You walk up and they announce your family as the Laws family, and you walk into the beautiful atrium lobby. There's usually a character there waving at you from the little balcony, and just such a magical, wonderful experience. Royal Caribbean, nope. You just kind of walk on. And we like did a countdown ourselves. And you're just kind of like dumped in a hallway. It's very anticlimactic and not nearly as exciting as Disney. It's still exciting to get on a new ship and explore, but Disney does it right. They have such a fun deck party for kids. They do a little show. All the characters come out. They have different songs. They do a countdown, and with the horn. And the horns play Disney music. Just incredible. If you have young kids, you love Disney, they love Disney, they love Disney movies, definitely it is a magical experience. The kids clubs, I mean, wow. I can't even imagine being a kid and being able to go and explore these places. Especially on the newer ships, the Wish class, they have the slide down into the kids club. It's the coolest thing. They have Star Wars rooms, they have princess rooms, they have a lab to do like lab type stuff. She did like a cupcake decorating thing once. They make slime and goo in there. They have a Marvel room. They have a nursery for babies that costs extra, but the kids club 3 and up is included. The characters come in there all the time. Belle read her story. They have story time with Belle. Mickey and Minnie I saw were in there once when I picked her up. She learned how to march with soldiers from Toy Story once. Such a cool experience, and they don't want to leave. Number 4, dining. Royal Caribbean's main dining, it's pretty, it has windows out to the ocean, which is one of my favorite things is to dine and have ocean views, which I don't think enough ships do that. The main dining is okay. It's not great. It takes a long time. There's no entertainment other than like the waiters dancing and singing sometimes. I don't like it at all. That's why we did the specialty restaurants on the Odyssey, and we really enjoyed it. Wonderland was weird. It was like an Alice in Wonderland themed, but they had a hibachi. It was so much fun. That had views of the ocean. I would say the specialty restaurants are good to excellent. So that's something you have to factor in the price when you're comparing it. The buffet, what is it called? Windjammer on Royal Caribbean is really, really good. So much variety. I'm a vegetarian. They have like a whole vegetarian section. Lots of Indian food. I ate a lot of Indian food, and it inspired me to start cooking more in Indian food when I got back from our New Year's Eve cruise. So really enjoy that. Something that is different with Disney's cabanas, they have an outdoor section to sit and eat where Royal doesn't, and I really enjoy, especially we went on a Mediterranean cruise, to sit outside and have breakfast while you are pulling in to Pompeii and seeing Mount Vesuvius. Yeah, so that's a small thing. I wish they had outdoor seating, but the food's really good. I think Disney beats it. The buffet is better quality food at Disney, but Windjammer is still very good. Room service wasn't great on Royal Caribbean. It wasn't very good, and it took a long time, and you have to pay an extra fee. I don't remember what it was, $7, $8, or $9, somewhere around there. Continental breakfast on Royal room service is included though. Disney has 24-hour free included room service, and it is so good. I recently went on a solo cruise with my daughter, just she and I, for a 3-night on the Wish, and I ordered room service all the time because it was so easy for lunch, snacks, pre-dinners like charcuterie and wine, breakfast every morning, coffee. It was really nice to have that, and it's so good. Also on Disney, they have rotational dining, so your waiters stay with you and you have the same staff, but you go to different themed restaurants. 2 out of 3 of them are going to have entertainment for kids. Usually on the one that doesn't, like 1923 on the Wish, we will feed her early, their room service, or like pool deck, which is really good food, and then put her in the kids club because there's no entertainment. She'll be bored. She'll have more fun doing that. But the other ones are amazing. The food is really good, really high quality. And they have dinner shows like Frozen on the Wish and Coco on the Treasure, and The Lion King is going to be on the Destiny, which I love the Lion King music. So excited for that. And they have Animator's Palette where they like go over animation and you can animate yourself. They have Crush on the Dream and Fantasy. So just a wonderful thing for kids and families, of course. Coke products are included on a Disney cruise. It's up on the pool deck, and at dinner it's included. Where Royal Caribbean, you can get a soda package, that freestyle stuff. So that's a small difference. And then the specialty dining is different, where you can bring your kids, I think, to all of the specialty dining on Royal Caribbean. I don't think any of them are adult only. For Disney, the specialty dining is adult only, and it is set aside in its own little section. So it feels very like intimate and special, where Royal Caribbean, like the specialty dining is everywhere. It's scattered throughout the ship, and they have so many of them. So Palo is one of my absolute favorite. I love Italian food. One of my favorite restaurants, and a huge draw for us on going Disney cruises is to have a Palo dinner, adult only. And they have Remy, which we haven't been to. The other ones are usually French. And then on the Wish class, they have Enchanté. I think that's what it is. We looked at it. We were going to book it, but like neither of us really like French food all that much. So we decided to do Palo dinner, Palo brunch on the Treasure. I think we'll try Remy maybe when we go on the Dream next summer. The Meridian Bar, it's an adult-only bar on the aft of the Dream in the Fantasy. That's one of our favorite spots to hang out. Such a nice area, a great adult space. So specialty dining is just very special and wonderful on Disney cruises. Number 5, the cabins. Royal Caribbean is smaller. Royal Caribbean's at 182 square feet. Disney is 204 square feet. But if you were to get that junior suite, they're like 300 square feet for the Royal Caribbean Junior Suite. So the big thing with the Odyssey of the Sea was very nice. The bed wasn't all that comfortable. It was fine. Disney's beds are incredible. I don't know what they do. We love it. You get the best night's sleep with the gentle rocking of the ship and the beautiful beds, and the linens are high quality. The room has the bigger bathroom, the split bathroom with a tub for kids. Disney has magical touches throughout the cabin, like when you pull down, they have bunk beds, and when you pull down the bunk beds, there's usually something art above the top bunk. On the Wish, they have different themed rooms and art over the bed, beautiful art that almost glows with the light. Just beautiful rooms, so magical. You get cleaning twice a day on Disney and just once a day on Royal, and it does make a big difference. It's nice to have that turn down service at night, and like your bed put away for the day, and then the bunk beds taken down for the night with chocolates, and your beds are made and your room is clean. And I would say there is a difference with the cast members and the room attendant. You see your room attendant a lot, and Disney definitely has the magic on that. They're both very nice and work so hard, but Disney cast members and the room attendants are just incredible. Number 6, entertainment. I think I talked about this in the family friendly, but yeah, same thing. It's I think it's just for adults and older kids on Royal Caribbean, where younger, especially girls, but they are doing more for young boys. Like they do Marvel Day at Sea, Pixar Day at Sea, so more boy themed things. They're doing the Marvel restaurant, which my daughter enjoys, even though we don't even watch the Marvel movies, but it's fun. There's always live entertainment around the ships on both cruise lines, which is so nice. I don't know if there's any difference. They all have like trivia. There's just always so much to do. They do like scavenger hunts with families. On Royal Caribbean, we did one. I think the entertainment is great on both. It's just if you have kids that love Broadway shows and Disney movies, then Disney's going to be better. But if you have kids who love her older and can be on their own and you can go to the shows like as a couple, then they have fantastic shows. We really enjoyed Showgirls. The book was a little weird on Odyssey. It was interesting, but it was a little weird. Number 7, the private islands. My husband surprised me. He actually thought that Royal Caribbean's private island was better, but we've been there twice, and both times we pay over $500 for the 3 of us to stay at their like exclusive area. It's family friendly, but it's Cocoa Beach Club. So it's like an upgraded experience with an infinity edge pool. Not many people are there. The pool is heated, really nice beach. They have towels there for you instead of schlepping towels. They have an upgraded lunch that is included in that price. So breakfast pastries, things like that. So it is a wonderful experience, but you do have to pay extra to get that. And then Disney now has 2, a private island and a private island destination because it's part of Eleuthera. We did not care for that one. The water was beautiful. Lighthouse Point, it was really beautiful. But when we were there, they let locals in and it was crowded. Like there wasn't even a tray to get lunch. The lines were so long to get lunch. It was really an awful experience for us, but it is beautiful. But we just prefer Castaway Cay. I think Castaway Cay is nicer than Cocoa Cay, but Cocoa Cay are both very nice. So you're gonna pay more on Cocoa Cay. They get you everywhere. They have more variety of food and more options for food. However, you will, they do have like upcharges on food there. So if you want nicer stuff, you can pay for it. But I think they had like Mexican food and burgers, where Disney is just like a cookout, and it's not great for vegetarians, but it's like burgers, hot dogs, things like that. And it's very simple, and there's not a lot of options. There are 2 ships on Royal Caribbean on Coco Cay, and only 1 ship per island on Disney. So if you're on a smaller ship, then unless let the locals in, we are on the Magic, then it should not be too crowded, and you get plenty of options for chairs near the water. Castaway Cay is absolutely stunning. Beautiful island. We love it. There's no pool or anything, but there is a kids club. You can drop your kids off at the kids club. We tried it once to go to the adult area, and she was like, okay, I'm ready to get out. I want to go to the beach. Like, why am I at a kids club at the beach? So we love it, and we did the snorkeling with the stingrays and feeding them, and we're going to do that again in August. My daughter loved it. Royal Caribbean has so much, but they charge you extra. They have like water parks and adult-only areas that cost extra, where Disney has an adult-only area, but that is included. The only thing that really is a premium experience that can cost you extra is if you get a cabana, which those are hard to get. We tried to get one. We're doing concierge on the Treasure in August, and we weren't able to get a cabana on Castaway. So they are very hard to get and in demand. They have cabanas as well, and beds you can rent, things like that on Coco Cay. But the cabana is the only upgraded option for Castaway. I do wish they had a pool on Castaway. That would be kind of cool. So those were the 7 items I wanted to go over. Some miscellaneous things. The muster is better on Royal Caribbean. You watch a video, you get on the ship, and you go check in, and you're done. Disney, they make you go to your muster station, and they go over all the safety stuff in person, because I think with Disney, safety is just very important. But it's annoying. You have to go and listen to the presentation. It's very long, and you have to wait for everyone to get there and check in. But the worst thing is, like, when they let it out, it's right before the sail away party, and everyone's going up the steps, and it's just like a herd of people. It's so crowded and stressful, and everyone's trying to get a good spot for the sail away party. We had a great time on Odyssey of the Seas for New Year's Eve, but as a family, my husband doesn't have a lot of time off. So I think what we decided is, like, Disney is definitely for us. Like I said, we have a young child who loves Disney, loves Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique. It is a little bit extra, but for us, it's definitely worth it. And we decided, like, you know what, we're just gonna do Disney. I think if we were to do Royal, it would be like if an Alaska cruise or a European cruise, and it's very port heavy and you're not really on the ship that much, that might be when we would consider it. And even then, I think we would have to do a suite, because the rooms are so small and there's no tub, and our daughter hates to shower. She's like slipped and fell in showers before, and just the beds are not very comfortable. So I would maybe look at comparing junior suites on Royal if we were to make a decision. But I think for like Caribbean, like Bahamas cruises, like, we are definitely doing Disney. I wish Disney would sail out of New York again, so my daughter and I could do some without my husband, because we do have a lot of time. That is my comparison between Royal and Disney. Like I said, we decided to go with Disney from now on, but we're not completely writing Royal off. There may be instances where we look and the price is right, or the itinerary is right. Now that my daughter's older, we're excited to go on more adventurous vacations, to see different places and teach her about different history, like in Europe and the fjords. We have 3 Disney cruises scheduled for this year. We are doing the Eastern Caribbean on the Disney Treasure. We are going on the brand new Disney Destiny and one of their first cruises. We love sailing out of Fort Lauderdale. That's a fun port to sail out of. And then our Norwegian fjord next summer on the Disney Dream. I just went on my 6th Disney cruise, and the only ship I haven't been on is the Disney Fantasy. So if something works out where my daughter and I can get a cheap cruise, we may hit up the Fantasy on a short cruise. That would be a dream. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next one.
Thanks for watching, like, and subscribe.